Open Signal here at Emerald City Comic Con 2022. And we are with
Kayden Pheonix. I'm the writer and creator of Brava, it's Universal Latina superhero graphic novels.
So how long have you been making comics?
I've been making comics since 2019, actually. September 2019 was the first book that came out. That was Jalisco. It premiered right at LA Comic Con. And then on Instagram, WonderCon San Diego Comic Con found me. They brought me in. And it was really great. Like, it was getting pretty well received. And then we hit pandemic, all right? So it was a big pause button for a couple of years. But I'm here. I'm glad to be here now. I'm at Emerald City. This is my first time here. So I'm actually very excited to be in a really amazing town.
Do you have a favorite one of your projects?
I like everyone, I say all of them, but yes, I do. Santa is actually my favorite of all of them. She's my Texan girl, so my Tejana, border town of Texas. It's a town full of luchadores, and she ends up going against a corrupt politician called ICE.
Where do you find your inspiration from?
I find my inspiration from my neighborhood and just from my upbringing, honestly. Each of them, I'm not any of the superheroes at all, but each of them are different parts of my childhood, of stuff that I grew up with. Like Druka, she's my Estela Chicana. That's where I was raised. I'm third generation Chicana. She's a Chola. I am not a Chola, but that's something that everyone said that I am because I'm from East LA, so I get that stereotype. And I was like, fine, here's a Chola. That's my superhero, right? Like, we don't see that. We always see her as a negative. And so they're all very different little parts of me. They're all different heritages, which is not part of me because I am just Chicana, but they all are just influences from my neighborhood. Overall, it's for anybody. It's read in college classes, Chicana study classes. They have them because they are social justice issues. So one fights the femicide, one fights against domestic violence, one fights against ICE, like the one I was just telling you. And so they're all very smart, but they are very grounded at the same time, because they are social justice issues here in reality. Someone showed up one time at my comic book signings, one of my comic signings, and they're like, I just did a story for you, on you, like that, I was their project, which is really funny. And I was like, okay, cool. I mean, it was based on, a couple of the comics, but it's humbling and I am grateful for it. So right now the team book just came out, so that was A La Brava. So that's the one they all come together, and that's the name of the team, called A La Brava. But the next up, my phase 2, are Latina and Native princesses. So that comes out starting in holiday time of this year, and then all of next year, the rest of them come out.
Do you see any of these being brought to the big or little screen at any point?
Absolutely. That's actually the next stepping stone, is whether it's TV or feature film, and then whether it's animated or live action, it doesn't matter. One will get me the other eventually.
Do you have an actor in mind that you think would be perfect for any of the roles?
So I ideally would like them to be with their heritage. So Loquita is Boricua Cubana, so I do want a Puerto Rican Cuban. My Dominican was Pandita, so I do want a Dominican actress, of course. I do want them to match with their heritage if I had that control and power. For one of them, though, for Chicana, which is Druka, Selena Gomez, of course she can play a Chicana. She is Chicana. And so she would be my one. You can also check out the books at latinasuperheroes.com. So latinasuperheroesplural.com.